Welcome to my delicious Mother's Day kitchen. I'm Jane de Graaf, and today, in honour of mothers everywhere, I'm going to show you how to make a rose-shaped baked honey egg custard. Does that sound beautiful? It sounds beautiful, and we're doing it all with gorgeous Australian eggs. Now, I'm making this because when I was a child and I was sick, my mother used to always make me baked egg custard, and it's very close to my heart. The first part we have to do is make our rose shape to hold all the custard, and it looks a bit like this in our pan. Have a look at that. What this is phyllo pastry, and I've done nothing to it except scrunch it up and pop it into a round cake tin from the outside in to make a rose shape. I'm going to finish it off now so you can see. So you get your phyllo pastry and you scrunch it all up, because the more scrunched up it is, the crunchier it'll be. And then you take that piece and you nestle it into your pan and you keep tucking it in until the whole pan is full. I'm going to do one more, so have a look at this. You get your sheet of pastry. You do nothing to it except really give it a good scrunch until it has the shape that you want. Yeah, like that. I'm going to pop this in the middle, so I'll tuck it up like that, and then in to our pan to make our lovely rose shape. That has filled my pan. Yep, and then we just all make sure it's all nestled nicely in there. Now, the next thing we have to do is brush the top of that with some melted butter and some beautiful honey. This is part of our flavour, and it will also help our pastry crisp up in a minute in the oven. So all I'm going to do is take that, pour it all over the top, get it into all the nooks and crannies, and get the last bits and brush it over the top. This is going to go into the oven at 180 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's nice and flaky and golden, and then it's time to get our egg custard on. Here we go. Here it is. Look at that. Our beautiful pastry rose base. It's so gorgeous, fresh out of the oven. It is still warm. And now we're on to making the easiest egg custard you can possibly imagine. Here I have 4 beautiful Australian eggs that I have whisked up. And over here I have half a cup of cream, some cinnamon and some vanilla. And I have warmed the cream and whisked those together. Now you want your cream warm but not hot, because we're going to put some sugar in it and the sugar needs to melt, but we don't want to scramble the eggs when we add them in just a minute. So in goes our 1/4 cup of sugar into our warm cream. We're just going to give that a mix through to start the melting process. Mix, 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 mix. And once that has all come together nicely, we're going to pour it into our eggs and whisk that together. So here we go. Here we go. Tip that all in. Lovely. That is our very simple custard base. This is going to be poured all over our rose now. So here we go. Now you want to make sure you get it into all the nooks and crannies. So stream it all the way around. And this is going to puff up in the oven, but it will flatten back down again, and you will be able to see your beautiful pastry rose. So in that goes. The very last thing we're going to do is, if you still have some butter and honey left over, a little bit of a drizzle of that over the top, and then the whole thing goes back into the oven for 20 minutes until the custard is just set. Ooh. So here it is, look at that, our beautiful baked honey egg rose-shaped custard out of the tin. It's still warm. The last thing we have to do is, as always, decorate it, which I love to do. I have some pistachio nuts here crushed up, which I'm just going to scatter all over the top of our beautiful rose. Look at that, can you hear the crackle of the pastry? I'm going to pop a couple of beautiful rose petals over the top, because it is for Mum, for Mother's Day, and we want her to feel beautiful and loved and everything pretty. Now all I have to do, look at that, that is so pretty. That is all full of beautiful honey baked egg custard. And now I'm going to give it a slice. Here we go. I love this bit. You ready? So into our beautiful oh, so good, so good. And what you'll get in there, oh, listen to that crackle of the pastry, is you're going to get all these lovely layers of custard. Here it goes. Look at that. Look at those layers in there. The custard is all through. It's fluffy. It's delicious. I'm going to pop that onto a beautiful little plate for Mum. And our very finishing touch, which I can't help myself, I have to do, is I have a little bit more butter and honey here that's melted together just as a finishing touch. Look at that. There is our beautiful baked honey egg custard in a shape of a rose, made with gorgeous Australian eggs for Mum for Mother's Day. See you next time.